Okay, let's look at Google Voice Search in more detail and what you need to know. When people search by voice, naturally they're using longer search terms, and very often these search terms are also questions, and they tend to be more specific. For example, where can I buy Nike Air Max trainers? So to optimize for voice search, our keywords should, as much as possible, mimic the way that people speak. So taking this example here, where can I buy Nike Air Max trainers? We could have that as the title of our piece of content, so as the main keyword and the title. And by default, we're not only optimizing for the search term, where can I buy Nike Air Max trainers, because these very long tail search terms with lots of words, the search volume is usually very low, but by default, we are also optimizing for search terms like where to buy Nike Air Max, where to buy Nike Air, where can I buy Nike trainers, buy Nike Air Max trainers. And here's another example. How do I get my dog to start barking at night? This could be our main keyword and the title of our content. Once again, it's a very long tail keyword. The search volume would be very low on that particular keyword, but by default, we're also optimizing for multiple other long tail keywords as well, like stop my dog barking at night, how to stop dog barking at night, my dog won't stop barking at night, stop dog barking at night. And here's an even longer one. I want to know how to cut down carbs without losing energy. But we're also optimizing for how to cut carbs without losing energy. How can I cut down carbs without losing energy? Cut carbs without losing energy. Can I cut down carbs without losing energy? So you see where I'm coming from here. When we're optimizing for these long tail search terms, these very long tail search terms, as often are used with voice search, we are also by default optimizing for multiple other search terms, some of which are shorter and some of which would be used not just for voice search, but also for searching in the traditional way. What this means is that we can take full advantage of voice search as it is increasing in popularity. It's increased by 35 times in popularity over the past several years. And as I mentioned earlier, by 2020, it's expected to make up 50% of searches. So we definitely can't ignore it. At the same time though, we still need to cater for traditional search. But by optimizing for voice search, we are actually getting the best of both worlds, because these very long tail search terms, by using those in the titles of our content and as our main keyword, really, by doing that, we are also optimizing for lots of other keywords, including lots of shorter keywords that people would use with traditional search. The other thing that is important to optimize for voice search is to write as people talk. So write your content as people talk. Now, when we write for the web, the general rule of thumb is that we write for what's known as the lowest common denominator, and that is generally the 14 to 15-year-old. So we should always have in mind that all of our audience can easily read and comprehend the content on our website, and that is why we write for what is known as the lowest common denominator. But optimizing for voice search, we take it a little bit further and we write as people speak. But there's nothing wrong with writing as people speak on every single piece of content on your website. There's nothing wrong with doing that, which means that you can optimize your entire website. Every piece of content on your website can be optimized for voice search, and you are not putting yourself at any kind of disadvantage for traditional search. And for my next website now, that's exactly what I will be doing. Every single piece of content on that website will be written with voice search in mind. Okay, I'll see you in the next lesson.